They say sleep is a refuge, a place where the body rests, the mind heals, and the soul finds escape. But what if sleep wasn't safe? What if there was something waiting, not in your dreams, but in the fragile space before dreams? That's where it lives, the veil drinker. Doctors call it sleep paralysis. Patients report waking in the night, pinned to their beds, unable to scream, unable to move. Most doctors dismiss these reports as hallucinations caused by the brain half waking before the body. But not all cases fit. Some patients never dream again. It's as if something stole the very mechanism of dreaming from them, leaving their minds a hollow theater with no play to stage. Cultures across the world whisper about it in different names. In Japan, kanashibari, where a ghost pins you down at night. In Scandinavian folklore, Mara, a night hag that rides your chest until you suffocate. In Africa, tales of the Tokoloshi. In old Europe, the Alp. Different faces, different names, but the same pattern. Something waits for you between waking and sleeping, something that eats them. One survivor described it in detail before she disappeared. Her name was Evelyn Cross, a college student who had suffered recurring sleep paralysis for years. But she claimed one night it went further. She said she awoke to the familiar feeling. Frozen, chest locked, unable to breathe properly. But this time, the shadow wasn't just hovering. It reached for her. She described a hand, not flesh, not bone, more like smoke woven into the shape of fingers. It pressed against her forehead and then pulled. She said she felt something tear inside her head, not physically, but like fabric ripping. She screamed, though no sound came out as the thing peeled back. Something. Evelyn survived that encounter. And after that night, she never dreamed again. 2 years later, she vanished without a trace. Sleep researchers noticed the pattern. Not all patients lose their dreams. But the ones who do, change. At first subtle. They become more irritable, detached. Their creativity dries up. Their laughter feels forced. But as time goes on, something empties in their eyes. They become husks that eat, work, breathe, but don't live. Doctors wrote it off as depression, burnout, trauma, but look closely and you'll see something stranger. Every single one of them reported the same vision in their final dream. A figure with no face, pulling back a curtain made of their own thoughts. Why here? Why us? Some paranormal researchers theorize the veil drinker isn't a ghost or demon, but a predator that evolved outside time. It doesn't need your body. It feeds on the veil itself, that fragile membrane between waking and dreaming. And every time we slip into sleep, we brush against its hunting ground. It waits for weakness. For the nights you collapse without resistance. That's when it pulls. In 2014, a secret sleep study was conducted, hidden behind government funding under the name Project Hypnos. Volunteers with a history of sleep paralysis were observed in a controlled environment. Cameras, EEG brain scans. Motion detectors. On the third night, one of the subjects, male, 27 years old, entered paralysis at 3:17 a.m. His brain activity dropped, then spiked violently. The video feed glitched, not once, not twice, but exactly 13 times in 13 seconds. When it cleared, the subject was sitting upright in bed, eyes wide open, still asleep, still paralyzed. The EEG registered a flat line in dream activity, as if someone had reached into his head and flipped the switch off forever. When he woke, he screamed until his throat tore. The last thing he said before he clawed his own eyes out was, "It took the color. All the color's gone." The experiment was buried, the files scrubbed, but a few leaked. And the name inside those files, Veil Drinker. That it won't think this is rare, that it won't happen to you. Listen carefully. Have you ever woken in the night, unable to move? Felt a shadow standing just outside your vision? Heard the faint hiss of fabric tearing, not in your room, but inside your skull? That's how it begins. Every victim a stitch. And the more it feeds, the thinner the veil becomes. Until one day, there won't be dreams anymore. Just silence. If you've seen it, you're already marked. You'll know by the absence of your dreams. By the way colors look washed out. By how your favorite songs sound dull, you'll try to sleep it off, but you can't, because that's where it waits. If you wake tonight and can't move, don't fight it. Don't struggle. Don't scream, because the more you resist, the more it pulls. And when the veil tears completely, you won't wake up at all. Sleep isn't safe anymore. And when you close your eyes tonight, remember, you're not entering dreams. You're walking straight into its mouth. The veil drinker is already waiting,